You know when your kid enjoys your yacht? Oh, you haven't got kids or a yacht. You're going extinct. You're sitting at home jerking off to OnlyFans. No kids, no yacht, no money. You're not in Hong Kong. Your life sucks. I'm basically the best dad in the world. Basically, if there was a competition for dads, I'd win. I think I already have.
Why your lips so red?
Fame, I can basically, because I'm corrupt.
Oh my God.
Because I deserve it.
You're such an idiot. Anyway, get to it.
I'm going to have to hold it down for all the real niggas out there, you know?
Says a white
this
man.
This whole deadbeat dad thing, I see it a lot online. Everyone's
red
like,
lips.
Andrew Tate's the best dad in the world. I wish
you just got started being a dad. Wait till they become teenagers.
I'm going to say something really controversial.
Here we go.
I don't believe there is such a thing as a deadbeat dad.
Idiot.
What there is a woman who won't shut the fuck up. That does exist.
So, hey, my name is NIkki White, and I don't know who the fuck this guy think he is, but he sounds like a fucking moron. Continue.
There's not a man on the planet which will abandon his offspring.
There are plenty men on the planet called Earth in every continent of the world that have abandoned the seed in which they created with a woman. Continue, though.
If he came home to a nice, quiet house and a warm meal.
A lot of women have nice, quiet, clean homes and meals on a daily basis. That is nothing for a lot of women. As a matter of fact, single women lead the majority of 85% stable homes in America. Single mothers. We are more educated, we are more stable, and we provide more income for our children. Why is that? Maybe because deadbeat dads won't do their motherfucking part. But continue, idiot.
Not a man alive, even the mentally ill, would never want to see their own children.
First of all, let me say this. A lot of men have avoided going to therapy for the trauma they've experienced. So to me, that makes them mentally ill because you're so traumatized and unhealed, emotionally unavailable, that you cannot be a present body person for a seed that you created. You're a deadbeat. You're a deadbeat.
If they came home to a nice house, a nice meal, a nice woman, and their kids. So why ain't they coming? Sorry, the American military
not
spying on me. Happens.
So why ain't they coming? What are you trying to sound like?
Person thing. Doesn't happen to you either. This guy's such a deadbeat. I had a kid with him and he never sees the kid. He doesn't want to see you. He wants to see the kid. He doesn't want to see you.
Many men around the world have children, and we as the mothers, we don't even have to communicate with the man. When you have a child, most of the time we have our children, they have their own phone, they have their own device or email or whatever that they can communicate with their own child's, with their own dad. But they refuse to do that because most men still want access to the mama. Listen, if a lot of women, you put it in the comments, a lot of men have cut off their children because they have gotten denied access. You can't fuck me no more. You can't come and stay at my house. I'm not going to give you no motherfucking money. I ain't going to feed you. So because of that, I'm going to punish you by punishing the child. I don't know where this man's mind is, but it's not in reality. It's so many women. This is an epidemic. It's so many women dealing with this. It is insane. And we wonder why our children don't have the resources that they need in order to be healthy, strong, well-balanced, and educated and, supported financially. And not so many kids living in poverty. In a city, they on a pipeline to what? Jail. Why? Because they living below poverty lines. And why is that? Because the deadbeat dads won't do their motherfucking part. But continue.
And how selfish must you be as a woman to make your child grow up without a father because you won't shut the fuck up?
How many women, put it in the comments, how many women have gotten so damaged and abused by being quiet and not speaking up when these men continue to push the needle and try to control every situation because you no longer want the relationship? How many? And if a lot of women were quiet, a lot of women will be more alive. If men could really get away with unaliving their baby mama, they would. They would. But they can't. So being quiet is not the answer. How about making these men accountable more the answer? But continue.
You'd rather nag and moan about him getting a little bit of pussy than allow your child to enjoy a relationship with their father. You are destroying the formative years of your child simply so you can complain.
If you are not with your child's father, you don't give a fuck who he getting pussy or what he got going on. Long as he do for your child. Long as he do for your child. Right? Who cares? But men care. If you move on and you start dating and he see you online having a good time, babe, he gonna act up. He gonna act stupid. Why? Because men think they own you once they have a child from you. A mature man, a mature one, can separate the woman from the child easily and co-parent in an easy capacity. But because most men are not emotionally mature, they think it's a package. I am not the package. I'm not a part of your package no more. But I don't know what this guy is talking about.
To a man who no longer talks to you because you complained too much, what's the fucking end goal here?
Emotionally immature men see communication or, see the need to communicate as nagging, as complaining. We get that in marriages, right? A lot of marriages, you will hear women who say, well, I try to talk to him. And a lot of men, you will see them on the clip say, when she say, we need to talk, that's when he is what? Afraid. Because men do not know how to communicate. And they think that communication is nagging and complaining when it's truly saying, I need this from you. Would you? And I will provide this to you. This is what we need to come together and be cohesive in this co-parenting relationship. Are you willing to do your part? And I'm willing to do mine. It is not complaining. It is not nagging. If a man is not emotionally mature, he's going to see you asking for additional help as complaining or nagging, or she just don't, I don't know. It's never enough. Whatever.
What are you aiming to achieve? He's already lost all interest in your ass and the kid because you wouldn't shut up, and you keep beating a dead horse. Be quiet. There's no such thing as a deadbeat dad. Why don't you treat the father of your child with some respect?
There's no such thing as a deadbeat dad, and why don't we treat the father of our children with respect? Respect has to be earned. It is not given. And if you're not providing for the seed in which you help bring into the earth, you don't earn my respect. This is why most men don't care that they are deadbeats. Let me say that again. This is why most men don't care that they are deadbeats. Because who gonna check him? Especially not other men. We got this nigga who's saying he our savior. I'm gonna be the deadbeat dad savior, whatever he's saying. But a lot of men don't be accountable. And because of that, we have a society of men who just have babies, keep going. When the relationship ain't over, you're done with the lady and you're done with the baby. What an idiot. What an idiot.
Start shutting up, cook him a dinner, be nice, invite him over, listen to him, show him respect, and I guarantee you he'll be there more often than you want him to be.
Listen, hey, to all the single mothers, if you no longer are with your child's father, think about what he's saying. If you prepare the dinner, invite your baby daddy over, tell me what's going to eventually happen over time. You tell me. I know what y'all about to say. He gonna try to stay the night. Let me stay the night because I don't want no hotel. I don't want to get no hotel. He gonna try to stay the night. He gonna come over your house just to get a meal and act like he really trying to see the child. But if he ain't got money or if he ain't got nobody to feed him for the day, he coming to your house because he know you gonna fix him a meal. And this is where it's muddy. This is where it's muddy. This is where a lot of women have decided to cut access off from that man because if you can't put the child first, I'm not doing nothing for you as a motherfucking man. Shut up. If we did this, the niggas will never leave again. And then we'll be calling the damn police officer. It's a dangerous situation. It's dangerous. Anyway.
I guarantee he'll be there all the fucking time.
Of course, because he want to move back in and be a lazy ass nigga and don't really be a father. But anyway, carry on.
Like, okay, enough's enough. You've done too much dadding. Please leave. Your problem is you won't be quiet. That's what women do. They're not quiet, and then they blame everyone else for their own mouth.
A happy woman is a quiet woman. A peaceful environment. A woman that does not have to carry the load for the whole entire house is quiet. I don't even remember why. But that video went viral. That was me. That was me saying, you know what? Let's end the two. And I'm so glad I did. I would rather not be a miserable wife. I would rather be a single, quiet mother than a miserable wife any day. Because a lot of women, if they were quiet, they will be unalive. If you would continue to tolerate bad behavior from men, you would not be alive. That video, I didn't call the police. I could have called the police. That video, we could have fought. I didn't fight. All I knew, let me diffuse this situation because this man is drunk and my children are inside, especially my son. My son was a little boy who cried and saw his dad as a drunk. And there was nothing I could do. It was getting worse by the day. And the only thing I could have did was plan my escape. And I'm glad I did that. I don't know why this mindset is what it is, but single mothers, deadbeat dads are they I don't know. Anyway,
there are no deadbeat dads. There are literally no deadbeat dads alive. There are men who have made a decision. If I continue to hang around this woman, I'm going to end up catching a case. So
right. The case is if I continue to hang around this woman who is asking me to do my part and stay accountable to the seed in which I brought into the world, I'm going to catch a case. What? And you wonder why I'm online telling women stop having babies. Just stop. Because the more kids you have, the more you're making your life heavy. Because he's not going to carry the load. He can quit at any moment and the child or the children still have to be raised. This is insanity.
The best thing I can do is just not talk to her. Sorry, little nigger, your mom won't be quiet. See you when you're 18.
Damn.
It's all women's fault. It's all women's fault.
I heard this guy that, he was in the States with the daddy, but the mom moved back to another country where he's from to raise their children. So basically your dad was a deadbeat dad too. That's from my research. His dad was a deadbeat. And then I saw on a clip where he said, when the man asked him in the interview, he said, was your daddy in life? He said, no. And he said, why? He was like, my dad had other stuff to do. And I was like, whoa. So you wasn't a part of what your dad had to do? Oh, okay. All right. That's delusion.
It's true. And I'm talking from experience. In case you didn't know, I'm the realest nigger alive. That competition's already happened and I already won.
And the way he said, I'm the realest nigger alive, you can tell he's such a cracker. But go.
So every man knows the peak human experience is multiple children from multiple women. You know, just spreading your seed, being a fucking boss. I'm the big gorilla. Have a baby, have a baby, have a baby. Any man who says the peak experience...
I think his brother has more kids than he does. I think you would have more kids if you take off them tight ass pants because your nuts look like they can't breathe. Anyway, let's be clear.
His marriage is gay.
Huh?
Only homosexuals are obsessed with one woman. This is a whole nother Tate speech, but let me surmise it for you. It is extremely homosexual to be obsessed with one female and to make one female your center of your life and in control of your genetic legacy. That is what homosexual men do. Heterosexual men
I don't believe he believes in that, but okay, whatever.
have kids with women and take care of them and protect them and provide for them.
Men are not taking care of them. Men are not protecting children. Men are not providing for children. This is why your claims of there's no such thing as deadbeat dads is false. You're a loser. You're lying to the general public. You're in a delusional state of being. You're sitting crisscross applesauce. Your lips look red like you had some red lipstick on. And you're smoking a cigar with a bald head saying there's no deadbeat dads when your dad was actually deadbeat. This is insane. I don't know where we getting this stuff from, but ladies, any single mothers, don't be discouraged. Keep praying and keep yourself healthy so you can provide and stay alive for your children. Don't have any more if you can't afford them. And don't trust a man because he can leave at any moment. If you need some life insurance, go to my website, www.getcoveredwithnikki.com. You know, I believe in putting some life insurance on your baby daddy. That way you can pay for yourself and pay for your life, even if he doesn't want to be a part of. Deadbeat dads, fuck you. It don't matter what your excuse is. You're wrong. And if God didn't take care of you, where would we all be? All right, y'all. Bye.